What up, y'all? What's up? We'll play my theme music real quick. Y'all give me a couple of minutes. Hold that thought. You had to do so. You got to play the theme music. Get myself together. We with it, baby. Know what? It podcast. We here live and direct. That's what you're used to seeing on the shorts. This is on the spot. This is our live seg. We're gonna run it the first of every month. Uh, People get a chance to pop on, talk their stuff, do their thing, share their feelings, all that good stuff with some of the emails that have been sent in. We appreciate y'all for reaching out with the emails. We definitely wanted to put this together for you. Um, Let me hit the sponsors real quick. Shout out to D No Edit Podcast, No Edit Worldwide LLC. Shout out to the Hitmaker. Shout out to the Corleone family. Shout out to Kazachi Journeys LLC. Shout out to Hayes Transportation. Shout out to the Hitmakers. Um, they have been one of our active partners that we do a lot of good stuff in the business with. Shout out to them. Um, I am honored to be live. They finally got me to do it. They finally got me to do it. Uh, but here I am. So, and we on a little early too. So it's really supposed to be 8 o'clock, but we on here a little early. Um, just want to give people opportunity to jump on and talk their stuff. We can talk. We can debate what's going on and whatnot, but that's not what's going to happen today because we chose to answer emails right now. So uh, this is a little bit different type of format. So do understand that all exposure will take place. Um, um, we never own the fence. What don't come out in the wash, gonna come out in the rinse, baby. That's how we do it. So we're gonna kick things right off real quick. Uh, the first question that we're gonna address that we were sent was about Zander and Boots this weekend. What are my thoughts? What are my thoughts about the festivities that took place? I'm gonna be honest with you. First, I wasn't even really gonna watch. I wanted to be in Puerto Rico and watch it. I just happened to come back to where state I live in and do some business, but I actually wanted to be there. Um, in a nutshell, it was clinical, and the person I was watching the fight with, I was trying to explain to them how the different levels that they on, and they were like, "But you rooting for Xander? That's your guy. Like, I mean, that's who you cheer for. Yeah, but I'm not like I'm not delusional like that. Like I know that they're on completely different levels. Of all of the guys at 54 that Boots would jump up and challenge, why Xander? Xander found himself in the same situation Canelo found himself in to some degree with Floyd Mayweather, but they weren't in the same stratosphere when they fought, right? So if the plan was, and I just didn't like the game plan. So after the first couple of rounds, I just didn't like the game plan, and I don't know who put it together for Xander, but the bigger, longer guy that can box, you box, and if Boots force you to do otherwise, then do otherwise, but don't walk in a straight line right in front of them. Like you ask them for trouble with that. The body shots were key early. The body shots really told the tale. It was really the body shots that ate him up. But you don't want to go straight at Boot and not have give him a lot, give him a lot to think about. So I thought it was an exciting fight. Of course, I'm happy about the third round, but if you look at it in a vacuum, you really understand what you're seeing. Xander was really never in that. never in it. Even in the third round when it looked like Boot was hurt, and he probably was. They're on such different levels. I hope I'm answering your question. They're on such different levels, like such different levels, that I said while the fight was happening, if he don't stop him now, he will be stopped. If he don't stop him now, he will be stopped. Boot got real comfortable and start bull crapping, because he pulled straight back. I'm not a fan of that, but he got real comfortable, and I was like, yeah. I mean, Xander ain't no joke. Xander ended up hurting him a little bit, but this is after picking himself up off the floor. This was like a really good JV team of basketball playing a state champion varsity team with seven dudes that's going D1. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so just the difference in levels. What what I'm gonna get to the second question in a minute, but what I noticed that was crazy was the coaching, because I pay attention to how bouts are bouts are coached, and I pay attention to particularly to how they are officiated. And so I was real like surprised that what I think I was hearing in Xander's corner. Like, so I'm the person again. I'm watching the fight, but I'm like, dude, why is he walking in a straight line? What are you doing? Why are you trying to mano a dude who's like on a completely different level than you, and you know that? Like, we have to approach this differently. So I thought it was interesting. I mean, that's my reaction to it. Boots dog walked him like I because they just on different levels. But I'm a Xander fan, so I'm going to cheer for him. But just different levels, just completely different levels, and that was evident. Um, I'm gonna save this question for last. Let me do this one first because I want to string them together. The zone commentary. So the question was, did I think the zone's commentary was biased, and did they have an agenda? They always have an agenda, particularly with black fighters. When has the zone not? When has that not been the case? You understand what I'm saying? All of the things. So Boots just jumped up a weight class, beat a 23-year-old hungry, ready Xander's great accomplishment, jumping from 47 to 54, not ever having fought at 54 before, and beats a double champion in world class fashion. All the drama, all the things that make a boxing match great, we got it that night. So yay for boxing, we won that. And all they could talk about was everything that Boots was either doing wrong. And even when the bout was over and Boots had already won, and everybody on their way home, all they all they could talk about was the third round. Go look at the simulcast. Go look at the simulcast. Go look at the telecast. All they could talk about was the third round. Not how great Boots did, not how under pressure he performed and was able to put a win in big fashion against one of the best guys at 154. It was, oh, the third round, and we want to see him again. It's the third round, third round. I want to see him again too, but damn, that's all y'all got to talk about after what this man just accomplished. Leads into the next question. That's my reaction to that question. Leads to the next question. Uh, there was no coonery from either fighter. I'm gonna read the question. There was no coonery from either fighter. Why and why? Why is that? I was saying it during the bout. Actually, I was at the end of the bout. I was like, the way they conducted themselves was how business I think should be conducted between combatants. So when you get in front of people who's trying to create a narrative about Puerto Ricans, about indigenous Americans, that's what I call them, indigenous Americans, indigenous to America. Uh, uh, why was there no coonery? For those of you who don't know what coonery is when you pander for a larger culture, where you feed into where you demonstrate stereotypes, where you act a fool, cussing, calling each other names, saying so on and so forth, just acting a plumb fool. That's coonery. Uh, Degrading your opponent for the entertainment for the entertainment of the people covering the joint, the zone. That's coonery. Coonery is just, and nobody did that. And I was very happy about it when I was watching it that night. I was like, there's no coonery involved. Like Zander didn't jump into no coonery, and they were waiting for Boots to, and none of it happened. And I was so proud of both of them. The reason why, to answer your question, is because I think that they're men of principle. They're not gonna do anything for a dollar. It's a lot of motherfuckers you know that'll do anything for a dollar. That'll tell any lie for a dollar. That'll backstab anybody for a dollar. That'll dance. Look at what happened to. I'm gonna digress a little bit, but anything for a dollar. Look at Tiafimo. I mean, he danced a whole jig cooning for a fight with Shakur, and then look what happened. You see what I'm saying? Coonery. That's not the same as entertainment, brothers and sisters. Church. It's not the same as entertainment. I was so proud of them that they didn't engage in any coonery. Ryan Garcia engages in coonery. Clarissa Shields engages in coonery. There are a lot of people who shake a tail feather for a dollar. I won't do anything for a dollar, and I can't freak with nobody that would do anything for a dollar. Freak a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Principles, integrity. That's more important. I'm gonna win clean or I'm gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was very proud of them answer the question. Now, to the last question. Again, thank you for reaching out. There were some things we certainly had to speak about. Is there a double standard? And this I'm gonna read the question. Is there a double standard? There is. Well, it's a statement, more of a statement than a question. There's a double standard for black boxers. Why do you think that is? I think I just answered that question. The ideology is that black boxers are hard to sell. They're hard to get unless they the tip of the best of the best of the best of the best. And even then, it's hard to get a fight. Boots tried to get a fight with Fundora. They turned the fight down. Fundora also turned down Crawford. So if you're trying to shoot for 154-pound supremacy and you can't get fights, they'll blame the guy. They'll blame for black fighters that I've noticed. They'll blame the guy for not having a resume and never mention that he can't get nobody to fight him. You see what I'm saying? Double standard. So if you care about what others think, then it's certainly an issue. But this is not new. I mean, shout out to Floyd Mayweather. He was been screaming this stuff for years, and nobody paid attention to the double standards and the racism in boxing and how fights are called and how fights are put together and how fight. He been talking about this stuff for years, so he went into business for himself. He was like Melvin from he was like Melvin from Baby Boy. Like, I went into business for myself. You understand what I'm saying? But there is certainly one. I've seen it. That's why I just praised him for not cooning. There are some people who sell out for the stuff who bend over past the past the that blasted Vaseline and wait until it happens. So anytime that don't happen, where you abolish the double standard and just be who you are, the double standard only exists because we allow it. That's like the same as like the term woke. Motherfuckers took the term and changed it. Woke is a term of endearment in the culture, right? Woke, stay woke, brother. Growing up, I'm an old cat, so I heard that a lot. Stay woke, brother. Be aware that there's a system designed to destroy you and to keep you down. They don't, right? And I'm digressing a little bit to answer your question. So by to eliminate the salute, to eliminate the problem, you have to eliminate the solution. That's the whole DEI and no more affirmative action and pretending like safeguards from a societal standpoint, laws that were put in place to counteract Jim Crow laws and segregation, like the laws created to even out the odds. That you being aware of that is staying woke. They motherfuckers, because you can control people's imaginations with phones now. They trying to they're literally teaching a generation that not only is that not what that means, but then creating their own like fictitious meaning of it. Us old cats know the difference, right? So I was yes, there's a double standard. You see it from a societal standpoint. You certainly see it in boxing. But shout out to those two young men for not falling into that junk. We out of here. See y'all on the first next month before we drop one more on the spot. We're gonna do one a month live. Jump on here, talk your stuff, say your stuff. No edit.